Imagine a world where speed, innovation, and artistry collide on two wheels. One collector, whose obsession rivals even the most famous automotive hoarders, has dedicated decades to hunting down the rarest, most awe-inspiring motorcycles in history. From bikes that survived wars to machines that shattered world records, this collection is more than metal. It's a living chronicle of human ambition, engineering genius, and the relentless pursuit of perfection. Today, we're counting down the 15 most legendary motorcycles ever collected, each with a story that will make your jaw drop. Number 15, 1968, Triumph Bonneville T120. The time capsule. It may seem ordinary at first glance, a sleek British bike in polished silver, but the story behind this Bonneville is anything but. Found tucked away in a dusty garage in Birmingham, England, it had sat untouched for over 40 years. Newspapers from 1968, perfectly preserved under the seat, revealed the last owner had abandoned it after a minor crash. The technical specs for 1968 were revolutionary. A 614cc parallel twin engine producing 46 horsepower, a 4-speed gearbox, and a top speed exceeding 115 mt. But what truly makes it extraordinary is its near-perfect original condition. Every cable, every lever, even the leather seat stitching was untouched by time. Restoration was minimal. This was a bike that told a story all on its own. What really captures the imagination is the mystery surrounding its abandonment. Why would someone leave such a masterpiece behind? Perhaps it was a young mechanic who moved abroad, leaving his dreams in the shadows. Today, as the collector rides it, the bike whispers stories of past owners, of roads conquered decades ago, and of the quiet thrill of discovering a forgotten legend. Number 14, 1939, Brough Superior SS100, the Rolls-Royce of motorcycles. Known as the Rolls-Royce of motorcycles, this British marvel wasn't just a machine, it was a symbol of ambition and craftsmanship. Each SS100 was hand-built, tailored to its owner's specifications. This particular example was discovered in a crumbling barn in Sussex, hidden under decades of dust and debris. Its 998C V-twin engine produced 45 horsepower, capable of cruising at 100 mph, a speed considered legendary at the time. What elevates this bike above others is its human story. The original owner, a daring adventurer, used it to race across England's foggy moors, living life on the edge, documenting every journey in handwritten journals found in the restoration process. Even the restoration process reads like a novel. The collectors scoured auctions and workshops across the UK for original parts, each one telling its own tale. From the leather grips worn smooth by countless hands to the faded paint that shimmered under the barn's dusty light, every detail preserved the soul of the bike. Riding it today is like riding through time itself, feeling the pulse of history in every rev of the engine. Number 13, 1952. Vincent Black Lightning, the Speed Demon. Imagine holding a piece of history that once set the American land speed record. The Black Lightning was built for champions and thrill seekers, and this bike was no exception. Its 998cc V-twin engine produced a staggering 70 horsepower, allowing it to hit 150 mph, a record that would stand for decades. But what makes this bike legendary is the story hidden in its restoration. The collector tracked down every component, piecing it together over 3 years. Even a small lucky penny found in the fuel tank, a token left by the original rider, was preserved, symbolizing the daring spirit that once pushed this machine to its limits. Beyond speed, there's a human drama entwined with this bike. Rumors circulated that its previous owner survived a near-fatal crash while testing it on the Bonneville salt flats. Each scratch on the frame, every dent in the fuel tank, carries the memory of those high-stakes rides, making it not just a mechanical marvel, but a living testament to courage and obsession. Number 12, 1927, Henderson Deluxe, Hollywood's secret ride before modern movie stunts. Filmmakers relied on motorcycles like the Henderson Deluxe to capture high-speed chase scenes. This particular bike belonged to a cameraman who filmed silent films in Hollywood. Its 1300cc inline-4 engine engineered to run smooth enough for perfect footage. Found in an antique shop window near the old studios, the bike's restoration revealed handwritten filming notes still tucked inside the sidecar. Today, it's more than a motorcycle. It's a piece of cinematic history, a time capsule bridging the glamour of early Hollywood with the precision of mechanical engineering. The story becomes even more compelling when you consider the risks involved in those early films. Stunt riders balanced on moving bikes at speeds that would terrify modern safety inspectors. The Henderson Deluxe was not just a tool, it was a co-star, a silent witness to pioneering artistry and dangerous creativity. Owning it today is like holding a page of Hollywood's untold history. Number 11. 1949. AJS E90. Porcupine? The Holy Grail. Few motorcycles in the world inspire awe like the AJS Porcupine. Only 4 were ever built, and this one won the 1949 World Championship, the first year of Grand Prix motorcycle racing. Its 500cc twin-cylinder engine produced 55 horsepower, while weighing just 285 lbs, a marvel of engineering for its time. Restoring it took 3 years. Blueprints had been lost in a factory fire decades prior, forcing the collector to reverse-engineer every component from photographs and X-rays. Even the paint, British Racing Green, took 6 months to replicate perfectly. This bike is not just expensive, it's a monument to innovation, endurance, and the relentless pursuit of perfection. What adds an emotional layer is the narrative of triumph. Racers who rode similar porcupines faced danger at every turn, with primitive safety gear and near-impossible conditions. This bike embodies their courage and determination. Riding it today is more than mechanical. It's almost spiritual, connecting the present to the legacy of those early champions. Number 10. 1918. Harley-Davidson 18J. The War Survivor. This bike literally survived the battlefield. Only 86 military-spec 18Js exist, and this one carries bullet marks embedded in its 918cc flat twin engine, remnants from World War I service in France. It's a testament to durability and ingenuity. The olive drab paint even contains mud from French battlefields. Preserved under clear coat, discovered in a Wisconsin barn, the restoration adhered strictly to original 1918 parts, some sourced from archaeological digs. Every piece tells a story of war, resilience, and the human ingenuity required to overcome adversity. Riding it is like traveling back to a time when motorcycles weren't just leisure. They were instruments of survival and courage. What's haunting is the original owner's handwritten note found in the toolbox. Instructions that it should never be sold, only given to someone who would preserve its legacy. This Harley isn't just a bike. It's a soldier, carrying decades of history, sacrifice, and human perseverance with every turn of its wheels. Number 9. 1931 Indian 4. The Steve McQueen bike. This 4-cylinder marvel wasn't just powerful, it was legendary. Originally owned by Steve McQueen, the bike had never been restored. Its 1265cc engine produced 30 horsepower, engineered in a way that each cylinder head could be interchanged with a Ford Model A. A brilliant example of parts bin ingenuity. The collector followed McQueen's own notes for restoration, tracking down original paint colors and components he had collected decades earlier. Even the handwritten instructions McQueen left behind guided the restoration, preserving his vision. Riding it today is like feeling the presence of the King of Cool himself, a mechanical bridge to Hollywood's golden age. The bike also tells a story of human obsession. McQueen had dreams of racing it across California, testing limits, and pushing both himself and the machine to extremes. Every mark on the leather grips and scratches on the frame whispers tales of daring rides, risks taken, and the relentless pursuit of freedom on 2 wheels. Number 8. 1939. Crocker Big Tank. American innovation Al Crocker built only 72 motorcycles before World War II ended his dream, making each one priceless. The big tank model's 1000cc V-twin engine could be customized to the owner's specifications, producing over 110 horsepower, stunning for the era. Discovered abandoned in Los Angeles, it required over 7 years of painstaking restoration. Every part was hand-fabricated, including the gas tank, which alone took 600 hours. Today, it's valued at over $1.2 million, but its story is far more compelling than price alone. What makes this bike unforgettable is its narrative of ambition against odds. Crocker's workshop was a small, passionate enclave of engineers daring to compete with giants. This bike embodies human ingenuity, risk-taking, and the courage to create perfection by hand. Riding it today is an homage to American innovation, a machine that whispers stories of creativity, vision, and perseverance. Number 7. 1955. Vincent Black Shadow. Hunter S. Thompson's Ride. This bike belonged to Hunter S. Thompson, who famously said it was too fast to live, too young to die. Its 998cc V-twin engine produced 55 horsepower, capable of 125 runs. Extraordinary for 1955. The restoration preserved Thompson's custom modifications, including a unique bracket for his personal accessories. Scattered across 3 states, pieces of the bike were gathered painstakingly, each carrying a fragment of literary rebellion. This is more than a mechanical marvel. It's a machine infused with the energy of an icon. The story of Thompson and this bike is almost mythical. Racing down California highways, the bike became an extension of his own personality, reckless, daring, and wild. Even today, hearing the engine roar evokes a sense of thrill and danger, reminding us that machines, like humans, carry the soul of those who ride them. Number 6. 1925. BMW R32, the Hidden Engineer. BMW's first motorcycle design featured a boxer twin engine that would define the brand for decades. But this particular bike has a secret. It was hidden behind a false wall during World War II by a Jewish engineer who survived the war and emigrated to America. Restoration used original 1925 German leather and paint formulas, preserving the bike exactly as BMW intended. Each mile ridden today carries the weight of history, survival, and ingenuity. The collector even tracked down craftsmen using techniques from the 1920s to faithfully recreate missing parts. What adds emotional gravity is knowing this bike symbolizes resilience. Despite war, persecution, and displacement, the R32 endured. Every turn of the wheel is a quiet tribute to the courage of its creator and the human desire to preserve genius against all odds. Number 5. 1902. Indian Camelback, the Prohibition Time Capsule. One of the first motorcycles ever built in America. The Camelback's story is intertwined with Prohibition-era smuggling. Discovered hidden inside a wall during a Massachusetts renovation, it has survived over a century. Completely original down to its pedals and leather belt drive, the collector chose not to restore it, preserving every layer of dust, every century-old mark. Riding it today is like stepping into another era, feeling the texture, smell, and sound of early 20th century America. The most fascinating part? Records suggest it was once used to transport whiskey across secret routes, hidden from authorities. This motorcycle isn't just history. It's a living narrative of rebellion, innovation, and the lengths humans will go to survive, thrive, and bend the rules of the world around them. Number 4. 1929, Brough Superior SS100 Alpine Grand Sports, royalty on 2 wheels, custom ordered by Lawrence of Arabia. This bike sat untouched for 89 years before being acquired. Its 998cc V-twin engine produced 45 horsepower, but what makes it legendary are the personal modifications: extra-large fuel tank, sand-optimized gearing, and a custom compass mount. Restoring it involved deciphering original notes, surviving decades of neglect, and carefully reconstructing components to match Lawrence's exact specifications. This wasn't just engineering, it was bringing history back to life. The story of this bike connects the world of adventure with the meticulous world of engineering. It represents a dream deferred for nearly a century, and riding it today evokes the thrill of exploration, the courage to challenge nature, and the grandeur of an extraordinary life that continues to inspire. Number 3, 1894, Hildebrand and Wolfmüller, The Birth of Motorcycling. The world's first production motorcycle, only 4 exist today. It uses a rear-wheel flywheel and rubber bands as return springs. Start it, and you feel history literally moving beneath your hands. Acquired from a Soviet military museum post-Berlin Wall, its journey reads like a spy thriller. Negotiating with 5 governments, the collector finally secured it. Owning this bike is like holding the DNA of every motorcycle ever made. What adds human drama is the sheer ingenuity of the design. Early riders faced nearly impossible risks to operate it, often relying solely on balance, strength, and intuition. Every turn of the engine today echoes bravery, innovation, and the raw thrill of being part of a mechanical revolution. Number 2, 1938, Zündap 800, the war hero built during the Nazi era. This motorcycle was designed to run on potato alcohol, but its true significance lies in its role in saving lives. A resistance member used its sidecar to smuggle Jewish families across the Swiss border. The restoration preserved hidden compartments and original wartime documents. Riding it now is like touching courage, ingenuity, and hope. Every dent, every scratch tells a story of defiance and survival. The collector recounts the emotional moment, discovering handwritten letters tucked into the frame, confirming its secret mission during the war. Owning this bike isn't just about rarity, it's about bearing witness to human resilience and the quiet heroism that history often forgets. Number 1, 1949, AJS E90. Porcupine, the crown jewel. The world's most expensive motorcycle, with only 4 ever built. Winner of the 1949 World Championship. Its 500cc engine produces 55 horsepower at 7,600 RPMs, weighing just 285 Lehrerlbaus. Restoration required recreating lost manufacturing processes and reverse engineering parts from photos. Every detail, from the engine internals to the British racing green paint, was painstakingly replicated. This bike represents the moment motorcycle racing became a science, not just a sport. But the emotional story lies in the dedication of the team who rebuilt it. Every night spent reverse engineering, every trial and error part, was a labor of love and reverence for history. Riding it today is not merely mechanical, it's spiritual, a direct connection to the very genesis of modern motorcycle racing, inspiring awe with every rev of the engine. From the forgotten Indian hidden in a wall to the priceless AJS Porcupine. This collection isn't just about speed or money, it's a living museum of human ambition, ingenuity, and passion. Each bike tells a story, preserves history, and reminds us why motorcycles aren't just machines, they're dreams on 2 wheels. And as every rider knows, the best bike in the world is the one you're riding. Unless, of course, it's a $15 million crown jewel from a legendary collection.